we present the potential of wrist-worn vibrotactile feedback to enhance the perception of virtual objects during mid-air gestures. Besides the advantages of mid-air gestures of interacting in a natural and intuitive way, their lack of haptics is eliminating an important aspect that we know from real-world interaction, which limits perception of object properties typically perceived or enabled by touch. But on the other hand, wrist-worn smart devices such as smartwatches or fitness trackers are becoming more and more popular and already provide a platform for accessible, unobtrusive and flexible integration of haptic feedback, which can also be used to convey such kind of information. To investigate this potential, we created a prototype with 4 linearly arranged EOM vibration motors around the wrist to render phenomena and forces emanating from objects that cannot be seen with the naked eye, such as electricity, gravity, so the weight of an object, and tensional force. The design of the prototype follows 2 purposes. First, exploring the potential of conventional wrist wearables by controlling all 4 actuators synchronously, and second, exploring the possibilities of extending them to create more detailed information through spatial cues around the wrist. Based on a modular construction kit, we created 6 different vibration patterns that are rendered in real time based on the object property and the action of the user, using data from the virtual scene, different tactile parameters, and the 2 actuator configurations mentioned before. All for intensity, manipulating the intensity of a continuous vibration synchronously by all 4 actuators. Individual intensity, manipulating the intensity of a continuous vibration individually with each actuator based on the orientation of the user's hand. All 4 interval, manipulating the interstimulus interval's duration synchronously by all 4 actuators. Individual interval intensity, manipulating the interval stimulus interval's duration synchronously and changing the intensity of the on pulses individually. All 4 rhythm intensity, manipulating the intensity of the rhythmical pattern synchronously by all 4 actuators. And individual rhythm intensity, manipulating the intensity of the rhythmical pattern individually with each actuator. In a user study with 18 participants, we evaluated the vibration patterns with special attention towards their effect on the UX of the interaction. We combined the use cases electricity, gravity and tension into a virtual slingshot game, which the participants had to perform 8 times. The vibration patterns were assigned randomly towards each run and compared to no feedback as a baseline before and after their presentation. Each participant was asked to rate a task based on the short version of the user experience questionnaire, which yields a Pragmatic and a Hedonic subscale. In addition, the participants rated the feedback variance in general using a visual analog scale and were interviewed. By taking a look at the hedonic effects, so the stimulation aspects of the variance, wrist-worn vibrotactile feedback shaped the interaction with virtual objects in a novel, more exciting and interesting way, as the participants have negatively changed their attitude towards the baseline interaction of no feedback after the demonstration of the vibrotactile feedback variance. All vibration patterns were rated significantly better than no feedback, however there are no significant differences between them. From a pragmatic perspective, so regarding usability, the results as well as statements from the participants indicate an improved transparency, precision and orientation of the interaction through vibrotactile cues paired with vision. As significant differences between the vibration patterns reveal, timely accurate feedback of the continuous patterns, all for intensity and individual intensity, were preferred over the discontinuous interval patterns, and the rhythmic patterns were perceived as confusing, justifying their rather low pragmatic quality. Results from the visual analog scale follow the trend of the UEQ of slightly favoring individual actuator configurations providing spatial cues around the wrist, highlighting the pattern individual intensity as significantly the best. Our findings underline the huge unused potential of wrist-worn smart devices for the perception of virtual objects, since already simple vibration can cause associations of the scene due to synchronized feedback to the user's actions. For future work, we want to improve generalizability by conducting a user study with more participants as well as investigating more object properties, and we further want to investigate the performance increase through objective measurements. For detailed information, we refer to our paper, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us.